So I've gone ahead and made a new CSS for our profile page. It looks something like this with the private message thing. If you're logged in, it's your profile. It says you can't private message yourself, but when you log out and profile ID equal to 1, you can, or for someone else's profile, you can private message. And then it's just styled a little bit. So what I've done is I'll go ahead and just tell you about the HTML first, and then I'll go ahead and go over the CSS. So there's a div ID of main box, which ends right there. And then there's also a div ID of white, which is just the inside right here. And then that ends right there. Sorry, I had to pause it. And then below that is a div class equal to username, which is what that is right there. And then that just ends. And then there's div class of info, which just ends with the date registered and the last login, last time logged in. Sorry about that. Let me say if bio. We're going to echo div class of bio with the p h2 of about, which is in h2, and then just the bio. The website, if there is a website, then we're going to say div class equals website, and then we just link to a website. And then if there is a YouTube, we just say div class of YouTube, and we just link. Then we have a link that just links to their YouTube channel with the youtube.com/user/$on YouTube. Then we say if numRows 2, which is up here, the query 2 says select all from users where username equals $username and rank equals A. Then we have numRows 2 equal to query 2. So then we say if numRows 2 equals 1, $rank equals admin/mod, which means that because they're they're rank, that means there's an admin or mod. Else we're going to say $rank is normal. Then we say div class equal to rank, and then we just echo the rank and then end it. And now we do basically the private message thing, except if ID equals PID, it says div class equals PM. If that is that you say it just images, which is a folder I made with these images, and where you can't private message yourself says false, and you can is true _true. So we say images/message-icon _false.png. Title, which is what gives it the thing that pops up saying you can't private message yourself. It says you can't. I should probably actually make sure that says can't. The title would be that. But if you do happen to do that, if it isn't yours, we say div class of PM. Then we just link you to that, and the image is src an image src of images message-icon _true.png. So that's basically the HTML side for this. I'm going to go ahead and show you the CSS. So for the main box, all it is a margin of 30 pixels on the top and bottom, and auto or automatic so that it's in the center and the left and right. The background color is $D6, D3, D3. And the padding is 10 pixels. The font size is 16 pixels. And then we have the main box of white, which is in there, and is this thing that I'm hovering in with everything inside of it. That styling is just a background color of $EE and a padding of 5 pixels. And then when you do the $white hover, hover, which means if it has been hovered over, we say background-color of $CE, CA, CA. Then we do the $main-box and .username, which is that right there. We say a border-bottom of 1 pixel, solid $AAA. Then we say font-size of 30 pixels. Then we say a padding of 0.5 pixels, which is the padding from the line and everything else. And then we say the font dash weight of 700, if Skype would go away. And then there's a margin of 10 pixels. Now, we do the info, which is the date registered and the last time logged in. It's basically just a padding of 10 pixels, a width of 250 pixels, a minimum height of 100 pixels, and a margin of 10 pixels. The private messaging thing right there is just a padding of 3 pixels and a margin of 10 pixels. It's very simple. Then the bio, which is the about right here, is a width of 200 pixels, a minimum height of 100 pixels, and the margin of 10 pixels. So I need to probably do padding of 10 pixels too. Then we say rank. There's just a padding of 3 pixels and a margin of 10 pixels. And then the A, which is what we just did, I already showed you that. So if we go ahead and put the styles in there, this is what it gives us. And we need to do the # main dash box of .youtube and # main dash box $$ $website. Then we just say padding of 10 pixels, and we put that back in there, and we just do this, and whoops, I forgot that needs to be a margin, and a bio, it says a padding of 20 pixels. And we do that, and it looks like that. I think we'll actually just get rid of the margins and everything else, because that was for a border that we were doing, and I was doing, but not anymore. So let me go ahead and get rid of all the margins, unless it's more than 10, which means we probably need it. There you go. We do the styles, and they are aligned. Anyway, also, I made it to where it says the username profile. Basically, what I did is I took where it originally said if $PID blah 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 blah, where well, I put that up on the top right here where it says from the if PID requires script / connect.php, and then the query select all from users where ID equals PID, and then the num rows of MySQL underscore num rows of query. We say if num rows equals 1, we say while row equals MySQL underscore fetch array. Pause it a little bit, but it says while $row equals MySQL underscore fetch underscore array of query, and then the username equals row of username. And then the title, we did a space there and just echoed the username's profile. So that's pretty simple. But that's basically all I did with the profile. But yeah. So all I did basically. If you have any other things that I could do, comment down below. Anyway, next episode I'll tell you how to make this search thing, where you can search users. Say to my, it'll say CodeTheWeb, but if I were to create another user, which is what I'll do, click. And we'll say inactive of 1. There you go, and a 0. Okay, we're gonna say go. And browse, and we've got a test. So now if we just search T, it'll do both because they both have T's in it. But if we just do web, it'll only do go to the web because it at least has the web, and then it also takes you to the link of your profile. So that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one right there. So I'll show you that next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye bye.